Hey guys, so I'm back with another video for you today. Today's video is going to be my review on the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte 24-Hour Foundation. I am super excited to film this video for you guys today. You guys have no idea because I have been wanting to go more in depth with this foundation. You guys know that when I find something that I absolutely love, I want to review it and kind of give you my thoughts and feedback on it. I know there's tons of videos out there for you guys to watch on this foundation, you know, on kind of other people's reviews and feedback on it. However, we all are so different. We all have different skin types. So what may work best for them may not work for me or may not work for you, you know, so I kind of just wanted to give you my personal opinion on this foundation right here. So to start off with my skin, I do have extremely oily skin. Just to give you like a little insight on my skin, I have extremely oily skin. So with certain foundations, I will tend to break up within like 2 to 3 hours of the wear of my foundation. Currently, I was using the L'Oreal True Match Foundation, which I absolutely love. It is still one of my favorite foundations. However, I feel like that foundation wears better for me during the winter months. So during the colder months, I tend to get a little dry, so I can wear foundations like that that are a little more dewy on my skin because my skin, like I said, gets a little drier. During the summer months, however, I'm an oily hot mess. And it's just, I want a foundation that is going to be able to hold up to the oil that does produce on my skin within a few hours. So when I came across this foundation right here, I was super excited. However, I remember that when I applied it to my hand, I was a little intimidated by it because it is really thick. When you apply it, you will find that it is extremely thick. I do move on to the next part of this video, which will show you the application and how I apply it, you will see that it is extremely thick. And that's kind of what intimidated me by it when I first applied it to my hand. And I thought I made the biggest mistake in buying this foundation because it is way too thick for me. However, after I applied it to my skin, totally different story, but I'll go on to that in just a minute. So I do have the L'Oreal website up in front of me right now, and I'm going to kind of go over what they state on their website about this foundation and kind of go over the price and color shades for you. So it does come in 12 different colors, ranging from like your very like pink undertones to your very neutral and warm yellow undertones. It does cost $12.99 on their website. However, I believe you can find it, and don't quote me on this, I believe you can find it a little cheaper at Walmart. I did buy mine at Rite Aid, but I believe you can find it a little less expensive at Walmart. Like I said, don't quote me on that, but I'm not sure, but I think you can. And it also claims it achieves a matte finish that won't fall flat with this airlight, long-wearing liquid formula. Lightweight and creamy foundation goes on smooth with a demi-matte finish that lasts up to 24 hours, hiding imperfections for a smooth, clear complexion. Now, I have mine in the color 108 Caramel Beige, if you guys are wondering, and I will read the back of the packaging for you and kind of give you my opinions on each different claim that it states. So it says that it is a demi-matte, semi-matte finish, which it is a very matte finish. Like I said, if you have drier skin, you're probably not going to like this because it will probably cling on to more of your dry patches on your skin because it is really, really matte. It wears up to 24 hours, which I cannot personally give you my full and honest opinion on that just because I have not wore this foundation for 24 hours, but I can say that I have wore up to 10 hours and I can get a good 6 to 8 hour wear out of this foundation before it starts breaking up on my skin a little bit, but it doesn't break up so bad to where you're going to be like, ugh, this foundation is not for me. Like I said, I'm extremely oily, so right in my T-zone is where it'll start breaking up after about a 6 to 8 hour wear. So I can get a full work day of wear out of this foundation. I've also wore this to Disneyland because I do have a Disney pass. But we go to Disneyland and I really want my makeup to stay and last all day long. And we're there sometimes from like 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, and it lasts all day long. Like I said, it just breaks up around my nose area and probably like down the bridge of my nose, but that's the only place that I will get a little oily, and it's not even to the extreme where you can notice it. So the coverage claims it's a medium coverage, which yes, it is a medium coverage. However, you will see when I apply this that you can build it up to more of a full coverage if you want to, and it doesn't look cakey at all if you try to build it up. I do have a few little scars on my cheeks from, you know, my rosacea, and I do have a birthmark that goes down the side of my face a little bit that I do like to cover up. So I do really love to have a foundation that is more of a full coverage. I tend to stay away from medium coverages just because I do have those little imperfections on my face. But with this one right here, like I said, you can build it up or you can wear it as a medium coverage, and it does still give you that kind of full coverage, if that makes sense. The texture is very airlight. Like I said, when I applied it to the back of my hand, I remember thinking this foundation is not for me because it's way too thick. I do like a medium to full coverage foundation. However, I don't want to look cakey. I don't want it to be thick, and I don't like to feel it on my skin. I hate wearing foundations where I can feel that it's just a little too heavy. So with this one right here, like I said, when I applied it to the back of my hand and it just looked a little too thick for me, I was afraid to apply it to my skin. But I gave it a shot. I went ahead and applied it, and within a couple of seconds it just melted into my skin, and it has the most air-light coverage or air-light feeling on your skin. Like, it just feels so amazing on your skin. So and it does have oil control. Like I said, within 8 to 10 hours is when it'll start breaking up on me a little bit, but I can wear it pretty much all day long, and I love it. So I don't know, I think I mentioned the color that I am, but mine is in 108 Caramel Beige. If you guys are looking for a great medium to full coverage air-light foundation that will last all day long because you're oily, I highly recommend this foundation. It's amazing. I know that I did mention in one of my favorites videos that I thought that this foundation was actually breaking me out, and I don't think it was from this foundation at all. And the only reason I say that is because around that time was that time of the month, and I do get breakouts a little bit, like on my cheeks and on my chin a little bit from, you know, that time of the month. So I think that's what it was from, because since then I've been wearing this foundation just to see if it was breaking me out, and I have not had any breakouts since then. So I don't believe it was from the foundation. I know that one of my subscribers said that she did break out from this foundation, but like I said, I haven't had any breakouts since. And I do have rosacea, so I do have to be careful of what kind of foundations or anything that I apply to my face. I do have to be extremely careful. So I do have sensitive skin. I do suffer from psoriasis as well. So I do have extremely sensitive skin. So for me to be able to wear this foundation, I mean, I think that anybody with sensitive skin can wear this. Like I said, I don't know, that's just my personal opinion, but I have not had any issues since that last breakout. So I believe that it was just from that time of the month. So I highly recommend this foundation, and if you want to see how I apply it, then just keep watching.
Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started. So I have completed a little bit of my eyes, and I have applied moisturizer to my skin, and you can see I do have a birthmark going from my lip down to my neck. I do have some redness on my cheeks and on my nose, and I do have a little bit of scarring on my cheeks from my rosacea. So I'm going in with my foundation. Mine is in the color 108 Caramel Beige, and you will see that when I apply it to the back of my hand, it is extremely thick, and that is what intimidated me the first time. So I'm going to go in with my Beauty Blender. I did not apply primer at all with this foundation because I do find that this foundation wears extremely well with no primer. I could probably go a shade darker, but I feel like the shade that is darker than this, the one shade that is darker, is just a little too dark for me. So you will see that this kind of looks a little light on me, but it's nothing bronzer can't fix. So I'm going to apply this to just half of my face so you can see how well it does cover up compared to the other side of my face. And you will see it's already covered up some of the redness and scarring on my cheeks, as well as my birthmark that goes from my lip down to my neck, which is something that I like to cover up most of the time. So like I said, this is a medium coverage foundation, but I feel like with this foundation you can definitely build it up to more of a full coverage. So you can see right there compared to the other side of my face, and it has covered up my birthmark the way that I like foundations to cover it up. So now I'm just going to go ahead and apply this foundation to the rest of my face. And this is only with one pump and one application. Like I said, if you want more of a full coverage, you can definitely build this up to more of a full coverage. And if you guys do not have a beauty blender, you don't have to use this with a beauty blender. You can definitely use this with a flat top kabuki brush if you would like. That is what I used to apply this foundation with when I first bought it, but you don't have to use a beauty blender. You can see it is a little light, but like I said, when I apply my bronzer, everything just comes together. So that is the finished application process with this foundation, and it is very lightweight on the skin. So now I'm going to finish up the rest of my face and I will be right back.
Alright guys, that wraps up my review and application on the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte 24 Hour Foundation. I hope you guys all found this video extremely helpful for you. I know in the application part of my video, I did apply it with a beauty blender. However, in the beginning when I first bought the foundation, this is what I applied my foundation with. So don't feel like you have to run out and get the beauty blender. It's not going to make a difference. This applies it pretty much the same way. So don't feel like you have to get the beauty blender. This, if you guys have a flat top kabuki brush, you guys can definitely use the brush to apply it. This is just a synthetic Sigma Kabuki F80 brush, and this is what I used to apply it in the beginning, and it applies it just as well. So I wouldn't run out and go get a beauty blender. That is not going to make a difference. So I just wanted to give you a little heads up on that, but I did want to make this application as true as possible. I wanted to make it as true as possible, and I wanted to give you my current application. So the beauty blender is what I've been using, so that is what I wanted to show you. So yeah, I hope again you found this video really helpful, and until next time, I will talk to you soon. Bye.